You heard it here first. What we'll do, I'll take you through, we'll do the tour. At the end of the tour, leave you with time to browse round, grab yourself some photographs. We're absolutely fine with the club being photographed. I don't know why the other Beatle places have got such a hang-up about it, but they have, and we haven't, because we're really cool. And then just enjoy it. Video work, unfortunately, we can't have video work in the club because there's a documentary being made about the Casbah story, so no video work. They feel that it will cut across what they're doing, so if you refrain from that, I'd appreciate it. What I'll do, because there's so many of us, I'll start the first part of the tour out here. You okay, Tony?
Hi, Roag, how you doing?
We'll start the first part of the tour out here because the first room's quite small, second room opens up, so then we'll go in from the second room. The story of the Casbah really starts with our mother Mo. It was her brainchild, it was her baby. She was a very charismatic, spirited, adventurous woman, really left field, a bit crazy, but in the nicest way. She grew up in India because our grandfather was a colonel in the British Army. He was originally from Dublin, from Ireland. Tom and Mary, they'd been stationed out in India. And that's where they started their family. That's where Mo grew up, and it's where Mo met Johnny Best, Pete and Rory's dad. I've got a different dad to Pete and Rory. Mine was slightly more handsome, more humorous, you know, all-round sportsman, you know the type, you know. So you can obviously tell that from my athletic physique. All right. Yeah.
You got the crowd. Come on, keep it up.
So anyway. John meets Mo, falls in love, gets married, starts their family. It's the end of World War II. He's coming home to Liverpool. He's a Scouser. He's bringing his young family with him. He tells Mo that in Liverpool he's a very, very important man. He owns the Liverpool Boxing Stadium. First purpose-built stadium in this country, I might add. It meant nothing to her until they arrived in Liverpool on Christmas Day 1945. They disembarked from the ship, and there's all this furore, this chaos on the quayside. When's the stadium going to open? When's the boxing going to resume? Can we pick up your children? Can we carry your bags? Can we stare at your wife and spread this rumour through Liverpool that Johnny Best, the boxing promoter, has married an Indian princess? So you're actually with royalty today. Yeah, well, not bad. First 3-4 minutes, and you've got a bonus already. They moved into Ellersby Manor. Best family lived in a manor house, very posh, very well-to-do, huge place, dwarfed Hayman's Green, acres and acres of land, and Mo hated her time there. All to do with John's sisters. They felt that John put her on a pedestal, he flapped around her too much, and they didn't like that. They also felt that she was too relaxed with their boys, they were becoming reckless, they were running wild, and the sisters didn't like that. Then the final nail in the coffin, Mo had come from India to Liverpool with ankle-length hair. She washes her hair in India, it's a tropical country, her hair's dry in 10 minutes. She washes her hair in Liverpool, and here comes the rain. She has to splay it out over 4 or 5 chairs, sit in front of a coal fire and wait for her hair to dry. John's sisters take that as she's trying to get out of doing any housework, any chores. So I'm sure you American girls won't understand the next part of this. They all started getting a bit bitchy with each other. You know? Oh, you do have that in America then, yeah? She comes to John, she's had enough. They've got to find their own house, their own home for their own family. He tells her to start looking. Being the sort of character she is, she's not going to look for a normal house. Growing up in India, she'd been a stunt motorcyclist. She used to ride the Wall of Death. She used to go to the Navy yards with her brothers. They'd take bets with the seamen. She'd go and climb up the mast of a ship and high dive off the top. Then they'd collect the betting money. Swimming with sharks, all this sort of stuff that we grew up as young men thinking that was what your mum did. And then we realised that it wasn't. It's what our mum does. She's crackers, but in the nicest way. First house she finds, big white round house on the outskirts of Merseyside going into Southport. It's a landmark now. It's not as famous as us, but it is a landmark because of its unusual shape. John won't buy it. It's too far from the stadium, too far from Liverpool. And he wouldn't buy the lighthouse, and he wouldn't buy the windmill, and he wouldn't buy the stables she wanted to convert. Eventually, Rory, the middle brother, who's knocking around here somewhere, he's walking home from school, from Marlborough College. Rory's school used to be at the far end of Hayman's Green. It's not there anymore because it was burnt down by the headmaster, who was a raving alcoholic and wanted the insurance money. He got away with it. He disappeared onto the Mediterranean, never to be seen again. Roy's walking home from school, he sees this house up for sale. He brings Mo to the house, she loves it. Nice big house like the houses she'd been brought up in India. Nice sized garden, and it ticks the main box. John can get to his stadium. Ellersby Manor's only 10 minutes that way, or it was before they built a college on top of it. All these Beatles sites all dropping like flies, which is very sad. Yeah, but not for us, because we're still here. Yeah. So, she brings John to the house. He says no, didn't like it. Too big. Garden's too big. Gonna suck up all his cash. It's gonna be a money pit. We're 2 years into a restoration of this house at the moment, and you're now looking at a drowning man because it is a money pit and it's sucking up all our cash. It's killing us, but we're gonna finish it. She's had enough of John saying no. She goes and signs all the paperwork for the house. There's only one problem. She hasn't got any money. She's trying to devise ways to raise the cash. This is what she did, and we got used to her doing the likes of this our whole lives. It became our norm. She gets all her jewellery together. She goes to a pawn shop. She pawns her jewellery. With the money from the jewellery, she goes and bets everything on a horse in the 1954 Derby. She doesn't know anything about horse racing. This horse is a ranked outsider. She bets on the horse because of its name. It's called Never Say Die. And she takes that to mean, don't give up. The horse wins. She gets her cash, she gets her jewellery, and she buys this house. John still refuses to move here. This is madness. He's had years of it. He's putting his foot down. He goes off to his stadium one day, comes back in the evening, Mo's gone. So's Pete and Rory, so's all their belongings. He comes round to the house, he's furious, wants to see if she's here, and she is. She's upstairs in one of the living rooms, got her hair pinned up, a cigarette, a paintbrush, and started decorating. He's asking her what the hell's going on. She tells him that this is home. He said it's not his home. He's told her he's not living here. She said, well, you don't have to. We are, though. He storms off. There's a Mexican standoff for about 6 weeks, no communication. Then there's banging on the front door. She opens the door, and lo and behold, there's Johnny Best with his suitcases. Throws him into the hallway, has a few choice words, but he's here. The whole family's in the house, 1954. Guys, let's make our way in, and please watch your head. We used to have a brass sign here saying, beware the Casbah kiss. But once you found yourself replacing the sign every week, it just became a bit boring. So now we're down to stickers, and people don't seem to find them as collectible. Come on, watch your head.